What's up, everyone? Shakiel Mahjouri here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. He is the UFC's number 6 ranked welterweight contender, fighting Joaquin Buckley in the main event of UFC Tampa on Saturday. He's not known as the silent type, and so I look forward to having an easy day at the office today. Colby Chaos Covington, how's it going, man?
It's going great, man. Living the American dream, feeling great. Good to be here and talk to you.
Yeah, man, it's been about a year, so I'm happy to have you back in the octagon. Before we get to UFC Tampa and the welterweight division, I'd like to start here because I feel like it's a cool bucket list item for a lot of fighters. What was it like meeting Sylvester Stallone?
Oh, dude, man. Meeting Sylvester Stallone is probably my favorite career moment, to be honest. He's just his energy and he has such a beautiful family. His daughter, beautiful women, such smart, intelligent human beings. So to get to meet Sylvester and just he was showing me some moves. He's like, "Yo, let's do some moves. Punch me, act like you're punching me." And he's just such a great energy. And I told him, about how he's literally inspired every combat athlete and wrestler like myself throughout their careers. I mean, who hasn't watched the Rocky movies? Those are the most iconic, famous movies of all time. So, he's really inspired me. I'm listening to Rocky this whole training camp just to get ready for this fight. And, it was honestly the coolest experience ever getting to meet Sylvester and his family.
There was talk from Joaquin Buckley about sort of a desire to push out the old guards of the welterweight division. And Ian Machado Garry is sort of ready for a change of scenery too. How talented do you think that this new crop of welterweights are? Because it sounds like the Shavkats, the Ians, the Joaquins, the Bradys, and the Jack Della Maddalenas are ready to take your spot. Can they keep up with guys like you and Kamaru and Leon?
Yeah, no, I don't think they can. They're not ready for the spotlight, the main event 5 round spotlight. Yeah, they've been good against guys that are up and comers that are no names, in the 3 round circuit. But now you're talking about guys that have been here and have experience in the 5 round title fight landscape. So, I don't think they can, and I heard from the fans, those, Garry and Shavkat, they got exposed, there's a lot of hype around those guys. They didn't prove it last week, and neither one of them. So, I don't see anything there that's spectacular. I see guys that I'm ready to end their hype and show the world that, they're not ready to change the guard yet. So, I love those matchups. That's why I'm in this fight in the first place. I called UFC. I said, hey, I want to fight Shavkat. I want to end his hype. I want to be the first one to take his O. And I think it'll be a great storyline. But they wanted to go the undefeated route with Garry. And that's why I got put in this fight with Buckley.
All right, interesting. So then let's address that. I know you did media day. I'm sure it came up, but for the sake of doing it here, both Ian and Shavkat claimed that you turned down fights with them for UFC 310 and UFC Tampa. Your response?
That's fake news. That's a complete lie. You can ask Dana White. You can ask Hunter Campbell. Those guys have said numerous times, Colby does not turn down fights. I accepted to fight Shavkat. I wanted to fight him on short notice on 3 weeks last week, and they didn't want to go that direction. They're like, hey, go beat Buckley, and then we can get you a fight with one of them next fight. So, as far as Ian Garry, that fight's never been offered either. I told him, hey, you got 3 easy stipulations if you want to fight me, because what does fighting him do for my career? He's a cuck. He sits in the fucking corner of the room and he watches his wife get banged out by the nutritionist. And then he took the last name of the nutritionist and banging out your wife. It's just strange. So he does nothing for my career. He has no merit, no accomplishments. He hasn't done anything yet. So beating him does nothing for me. So I said, hey, if you want to fight me, because I have the power, I can go to the UFC and be like, hey, Hunter, hey, Dana, I want this fight. Let's make it happen. He doesn't have that type of power. He has to go through a middleman, an agent, and then, they tell him what to do. He doesn't get to call shots like I do because he hasn't been here and accomplished what I have. So I told him he had 3 easy stipulations. Turn on the comments for the fans. He couldn't do it. Have your wife make a video asking for the fight. She couldn't do it. She's begging Sean Strickland. She's quoting Shakespeare, which we know how weird Shakespeare is, which it makes sense with their entanglement of being a cuck and her sleeping around, but that's a whole nother story. And then stipulation 3, stand in a video for my America's Pick of the Week for BC Games. So they didn't meet the requirements and the stipulations. No reason for me to fight because he does absolutely nothing for me. And so here we are. I'm saving the day. I'm being the company man that I am. I love the UFC, greatest organization on the planet. And I'm showing up on 3 weeks' notice to fight this up-and-coming hungry guy in Buckley because they needed a star to fill in to sell this show in Tampa.
If you go back to, just before the Rafael dos Anjos fight, you have been more than one fight away from an interim title or an undisputed title since before that RDA fight, like maybe 2018, if I have my math correct. Joaquin told me that he's hoping that, considering how Shavkat versus Ian was a little underwhelming for some people, that should Joaquin Buckley go out there and knock you out in quick order, he might be able to leapfrog it. Do you have any sense that if you go out there and you dominate Joaquin, that you could steal Shavkat's title shot?
Absolutely, because I'm proven in this division. I've been here. I've been, doing good promotion and good business for the company. So, I've been around. I've been in these high-level title fights. I know how to sell pay-per-views. I know how to do what the fans want to see, so to entertain them. So I know if I beat Buckley in spectacular fashion on Saturday night, I'm getting that title shot. There's no way they're going to deny me. They can delay, but I'm not going to be denied. So, yeah, I do expect to be in a title fight after I destroyed Buckley this weekend.
What does the Buckley fight look like? Naturally, you're gonna the casual eye is gonna see striker versus grappler, but walk me through what's gonna be Buckley's downfall.
He loves to go. He loves to go forward, but now he's going to fight a guy that likes to go forward as well. So I just know that I'm going to put him on his back foot, and I'm going to get him hesitant because he's not going to want to be taken down. Because if you end up on that ground, I'm going to punch a hole through your face. So, I plan on taking him down, putting a lot of pressure and cardio on him, and breaking his will. He's never been in a 5-round fight. He doesn't know what it's like to be in a 5-round fight. So, I'm going to take the air out of him. I'm going to get his muscles gassed up with tons of oxygen. He's not going to be able to respond. So I plan on breaking him, and his spirit's going to leave his body, and I will finish him before the end of the 25 minutes.
I'm going to name you 5 people. I'd like to know who you'd most be willing to sit down and have dinner with and why. Your choices are Kamaru Usman, Leon Edwards, Jorge Masvidal, Ian Garry, Dustin Poirier.
Probably Leon Edwards. Probably Leon Edwards, to be honest. I'd like to sit down with him and talk through some stuff and talk about the last fight and all that went down. So, I think that would be a good dinner session.
What do you want to talk, if I may ask, what do you want to talk to him about?
Just, shoot the shit, just talk about how his bank account got padded for me selling pay-per-views for him. I didn't make no money from the pay-per-views. I did it for him. So, I made him millions of dollars, and, he should be thanking me.
Okay, well, maybe we can stick him with the bill then, just to square things up.
That's true. It's only fair, right?
I think so. You talked to, I think it was for ESPN, I was just looking over the article today about how low you felt coming off of the Leon Edwards fight and how it's always been your goal to be an undisputed champion, and how that really motivated you to get back in the gym and just really dial up the dedication to your training and your preparation for this fight. What are some of the thoughts that are going through your head when you are feeling low? Like, what are some of the things you have to fight against?
Just not letting the outside noise get into my head. I've accomplished great things in my life. I came from a small town in Oregon, a suburb town, a blue collar family who had to work multiple jobs, and basic jobs, trade type jobs, house cleaning type jobs, so to go from that lifestyle to what I built my life up to now, I mean, it's an incredible change. I've literally achieved the American dream. I have everything. There's nothing that I can't go out and buy. I mean, besides maybe like $100 million mansion or something crazy, but like for the most part, I have a house, I have a car, I have money in the bank, and I'm set. I'm set for the rest of my life, so I'll never have to work in any other industry or do anything again. So, I don't let that outside noise affect me anymore. Like, a loss is a loss. Everybody loses in life at some point. No one's going to go undefeated. No one's perfect. The only person perfect is God. So, I just trust in the process and trust in the plan, and just be thankful and count my blessings.
What's one thing you think people get wrong about Colby Covington?
That I'm a mean person. People don't know. They want to assume things. They want to jump to conclusions. They don't know that, yeah, of course I got to turn myself up for show business. It is what it is. This is the name of the game. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to do good business for the UFC. Love this company. It's about being a company man. So, I'm misunderstood, and that's okay. I don't want to be friends with people that, judge someone by something they see on the internet.
To round this out here and take us home, Colby Covington, no stranger to throwing some shade his opponent's way. I think I was at that press conference when you did the bid with Kamaru couldn't draw money with a piece of paper and a green crayon. That one always sticks out to me. I've got 5 names here for you. I'd like you to rank them in terms of their trash-talking ability. The catch is, it's a blind ranking, so I'll give you the first name. You'll place it 1 to 5, but you don't know what names are going to come next. So you got to kind of mind where you position people, okay?
Okay.
All right, first up, Henry Cejudo. Where are we putting him 1 to 5 for trash talk skills?
5. Terrible. That little midget's fucking awful, man. He's just so... No charisma, man. The guys tried to copy everything. Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. The guys tried to copy everything I did, and it's hilarious, man. He's an absolute fucking peon.
We got number 1 through 4 left. Where are you putting the notorious Conor McGregor?
I would say 2.
Okay, that's a solid pick. Jorge Masvidal.
4.
Okay, so we've got 1 and 3 left. First up, Ian Machado Garry.
Negative 6.
Okay, fine. I'll give that one to you. So technically, that leaves 1 and 3 with 1 name left. I'm just gonna help you out here and put Colby Covington at number 1 by default, so I have a sensor going there. So you're number 3, just behind you and Connor, Chael Sonnen.
Yeah, Chael's the GOAT. He's number 1. I'd be 2. Connor 3. So
okay.
Dude, he's undisputed, undefeated. The guy never lost a single round. I mean, he's the original Wrestling gangster. So Chael is an absolute role model, and he's the guy that started me on an MMA career. I wouldn't be here today without Chael Sonnen. He was getting ready for the Anderson Silva fights, and he came up to Oregon State where I was wrestling at the time. He said, "Hey, man, I want to train with you, to get ready for this fight." And then he invited me to Team Quest to train with him a little bit, and that's how this MMA career started. So thank you so much, Uncle Chael.
Dang. Well, what a way to tie it together, however unexpected. I love that note. I want to leave you with the last word, Colby. So very quickly for me, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I think I only lost my train of thought once or twice, so I'll consider that a victory. Subscribe, tap the bell, thumbs up, give us your prediction. Colby Covington, Joaquin Buckley, main event of UFC Tampa on Saturday. Who do you think's the best trash talker in MMA? Love to hear from you. Colby, if there's anything you want to tell the people, I'll let you have the last word, man.
Yeah, shout out to all the first responders and military that keep us free in America. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to have these opportunities. And then shout out to my sponsor, Hotel Planner, BC Game, Happy Dad. Appreciate you guys holding it down, keeping my training camp strong so I can go out there and put on the best performance of my career on Saturday night.